Welcome, everyone. Happy Social Saturday chat. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday. Nothing like a little spontaneity to keep you awake and alert, huh? Right, Martha?
Yep.
Okay, well, we are here today for another wonderful Social Saturday chat. It is Saturday, February 7th, 2026. And a lot is happening right now in the world, good and bad. But just to focus a little bit on the positive, look, here in the U.S., we got the Super Bowl tomorrow on Sunday. That's one of the bigger events here in the U.S. But worldwide, we got the Olympics. Now, I did a poll. I don't do polls a lot, but I did a poll recently about, do you love the Olympics? Do you not care about the Olympics? Or are there just like one or two sports that you actually like? Because, my mother loves the Olympics. My sister loves the Olympics. I like skiing. Like the freestyle skiing is like the coolest crap ever. Like they do what skateboarders do, but they do it straight downhill. They jump on pipes. They're doing twists and flies and flips. I mean, it's impressive as crap. Okay. No offense to any of the other sports. That's just the one that captures my attention. So let us know in the chat if you're an Olympic person, not Olympic person, or is it just really just one sport that you really like enjoy and you can skip all the rest? But regardless, like LinkedIn, the Olympics bring everyone together from different nationalities, different parts of the world, and it shows that we can get together. And we're proof of that every week here. So I'm so grateful to have all of you here join us here. I'm going to see who's here in the chat with us today because let's see here. Who do we have in the chat today? We have Christy Williams. Always great to see you, Christy. John Werner, who's become a regular. It's always wonderful to see you, John. I'm sure it is cold as crap in Chicago. It is a wonderful, sunny, blue sky, 4 degrees here in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. I'm not kidding about like blue sky and cold. Let me just show you. Can I flip the camera on this? Oh, I don't think so. So I can't put my camera? All right, fine. Anyway, well, you know what I can do is this. Beautiful sky. Look at all the snow. Okay. And it's 4 degrees. It is windy. The wind chill is brutal. And the wind's supposed to be about 40 to 50 miles an hour all day long. So power outages, trees falling is all possible. But welcome to Jackie. Great to see you, Jackie. Kenny, we were on time today. I hope you were happy. And it's great to see everyone else. So please repost this room to your network. Let them know that we're going on live so they can join the conversation, network, meet other new people, and expand their LinkedIn community. Before we dive into the topic, let's do some introductions. Go around the room and talk a little bit about what our initial thoughts are about this topic of consistency versus motivation and how to keep ourselves showing up when life does get busy, because life is not going to stop you all. Let's just be honest. So we've got to be prepared to handle it, not complain that it's happening, because it's going to keep on happening. So let's have a game plan and be prepared. For those of you who have not had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Felipe Cofiño. I'm a veteran HR executive. I'm a career coach. I'm the founder of Cofiño Consult Team, where we offer training, HR services like compliance and auditing, as well as recruitment and talent acquisition. So if any of those services appeal to you, feel free to reach out to me. If you're not following my YouTube channel, Felipe Cofiño, give it a follow. All the videos that we do, we try to store them there and have a chance for people to catch up and see some of the past episodes. And I am also an author, most recently of Miranda and Max. I'm showing this, I know, a lot lately, but it's because this week I am actually going to publish the Spanish version. I know I've been talking about it a lot lately. There have been a lot of glitches, but the Spanish version's done. It's been done. It's strictly just the website saying, no, you got to change this, you got to do this. And like, we did do that. So we had some hiccups, but it is being published and it is coming out. And a little teaser for anyone that may have bought the book, I'm going to start offering a new gift along with that wonderful video. During our recent snowstorm, we got really bored. I made a coloring book out of the book. So now you get a free gift of a coloring book that you can print out and color and have the kids have fun with a book that they read, a video they saw, and now they can color the characters themselves. So more to come about that. Outside of that, it is Saturday. It is cold, like I told you here. We look forward to having all of you all come up here. This topic, I think, is going to be very relevant because it happens to all of us. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to the amazing Martha. Martha, over to you.
Thank you, Felipe, and congratulations on the Spanish book and the coloring book. That's exciting. And welcome, friends. Kenny, thank you for the message. Got it. I hope you're okay. I hope you're happy. For friends that don't know me, my name is Martha Lobos Amaya. I am my title here says serving with purpose. What does that mean? I work with the unhoused community and low-income families. I help them find resources, not just in California and in Texas, but on a national level, supporting them with the organization that I founded called Connect Impact Hub. And I'm also just recently started doing healthcare advocacy on my own. So I want to thank you, friends who are coming my way that are trusting me to advocate for their healthcare services. Thank you. That just started last week. And I'm starting to pick up on my volunteer services. I'm getting more referrals, which is amazing. But this conversation is definitely aligning with where I am right now, consistency and motivation. So I'm going to pass the mic over to Joel, and then I'll share a little bit about my personal journey and how it's going. Joel, welcome.
Thank you, Martha. We're going to probably hear a bark very shortly. He doesn't like people going out the room or out the door when he can't see them. There we go. My name is Joel, for those of you who don't know me, but most of you probably do. I am a musician and I run my own company based around helping change the way the neurodivergents are seen in the world and perceived. And looking forward to this conversation because I do have a lot to say since Mac has been gave me a kick up the backside when I was in America last year. So looking forward to the conversation. Over to Felipe.
Well, thank you, Joel. And yes, Mac is out today. He'll be back next week. And we hope that he will be feeling better. We have other co-hosts who are dealing with some family priorities, and we wish them well as they focus on that. Doesn't mean that they're not coming back. They're making their personal life a priority as they should, and we support that. So with that being said, I want to welcome Nicole. Always great to see you. She is my publisher, and she's the one who got Miranda and Max out there and has helped me get out the Spanish version. So if you're looking for a good publisher, definitely check out Miranda and Max, definitely check out Nicole Galindo. She is a wonderful publisher, and she is on LinkedIn. And let's see who else we have. Oh, Jolanta, it's been a wow. Long time no see, my friend. She used to be a regular colleague on Clubhouse, and then we started seeing her, each other on LinkedIn, but I have not seen you in a hot minute. So it's wonderful to see you. Thank you for joining us. And Christopher, it's great to see you. Loved your post earlier today. David Puskin, I don't think there is winter tennis. I think that's probably why Kenny does not like the Olympics, because winter tennis would be, I think, hysterical, because I think people would be falling on their butts a lot, and I think it'd be really funny to watch. Skating and tennis. You got to skate while you play tennis. There's an Olympic winter sport. Let me know what you think about that. William Rochelle, great to see you. Another person out there putting a lot of great shows. He has one tomorrow right before the game. Happy Saturday to my partner in crime, Melissa Houston, who we are going to be doing Careers, Chaos, and Coaching tomorrow, and we're going to be talking about leadership and game day and some of the similarities between coaching a Super Bowl playing team and coaching a team in the workplace. And then let's see, who else do we have here? Did I miss anybody? I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody here because we have a great, Sean Michael, thank you. I hope you enjoy the Spanish version. And more importantly, I hope you buy the Spanish version. And because don't forget, everyone's got nieces, nephews, kids, grandkids, friends who have kids, neighbors who have kids. There's kids in your life, okay? Leslie, great to see you from North Carolina. Hope you're staying warm there. Curious how much snow you're getting there. Leanna, thank you for joining us. And all right, I think that's it, everybody there. So with that being said, let's get on to this topic here and talk about consistency versus motivation, because we always have had a lot of talk about how life gets in the way, and that's going to happen. Life is going to get in the way, and it's going to happen, and you're going to have a plan in place. There's Felipe's 5 things I'm going to share real quick about some things that you can do to help you with that consistency and motivation when things get crazy. Because look, whether it's something happening at work that's a urgent priority, and guess what? Your work is not priority. The organization needs you to focus on something else. Or maybe all of a sudden you have family coming in town and you have, oh my God, you have to get the house ready. Your family's trying to get all these requests done. Or maybe you have a big event, dinner, and you're planning for that. Or maybe medically you're sick. Maybe you have a serious condition. Maybe you just got the bad flu for 5 days, and it's going to put a wrench in your plans. So don't think that anyone is free from having stuff happen to them and making them busy. So here's some things I want you to think about. It's very easy to get into the moods, and it's very easy to get into the mindset of why me, why me? But when this happens, think about what's next. Build a system in place. Whatever works for you. Use paper, use digital, I don't care, but write a plan down. Melissa Houston always talks about document, then act. That's kind of what I'm trying to say is don't go on emotion like, well, I'm angry, I'm going to do this now. You don't want to do things in the height of emotion because you're not doing your best work. So build a system of what you're going to do. Write it down. Say, here's what I'm going to do this morning. Here's what I'm going to do this afternoon. Put it on your calendar. Hold yourself accountable. Put alarms. If you need an accountability coach, ask for an accountability coach. Hey, I'm slacking. I need someone just to check on me and see, hey, did you say you were going to do what you're going to do? Melissa Houston's done that for me. It helps. Real quick, I'm going to go through the other ones a little bit faster because I want to give Martha and Joel a chance to talk about these. The next one is lower your bar of what you're trying to do when capacity is being diminished. And what I mean by that is when chaos ensues, say, okay, maybe I'm not going to get these 5 things done this week. There's a lot of other stuff happening. Let me skip one thing this week and I'll put the other 4 to next week. Figure out the priority, or maybe it's shorter workouts, or maybe it's 1 post instead of 3 posts this week, or maybe it's a 10-minute check-in instead of an hour. You can find ways to shorten things in your day so that you have more time to take care of the chaos that's happening. Number 3 is hold on to those habits that are non-negotiables, meaning that going out for that run or that walk or those meditation exercises or that quiet time that you need just to read a book and get your mind away into a different world for half an hour. Whatever that is, those non-negotiables are, anchor into those. Do not, because that's going to help you get through the chaos. Now, if your anchor is drinking a 6-pack of beer and smoking 2 joints, that's not an anchor, you all, okay? That is a different kind of anchor that's going to pull you down and make you drown. I'm talking about healthy rituals, okay? Even habitual rituals of like getting up in the morning, taking a shower, and making your coffee. On days that you feel like you don't want to, still do those things, And then track your efforts, not your outcomes. Not saying that you shouldn't be. Let me start off by saying celebrate your outcomes. Always, always, always celebrate, no matter how small they are. Hey, you got that interviewer to call you back for a second interview, or you got that first interview. Yay! Or hey, I got up when I said I was going to do. I knocked out the 3 things I said I was going to do today. I feel great. That's a celebration. Or you knocked out 1 thing. It's a celebration. But track your outcomes of what didn't go well. Because if you live with the rose-colored glasses, if everything's going great, you're not addressing the things that you need to work on. You're kind of pushing them off, and you're distracting yourself from them with the positive. So track everything you're doing. Here's what worked, and here's what didn't work. Then you're going to say, okay, well, let's not repeat the same thing of things that didn't work. Let me try something different. And that's where you experiment. Did you show up late? Maybe you show up earlier. Did you not try hard enough? Did you not prepare? Did you not keep your promises? Just think about what you can do to improve, but track all outcomes. All right. And number 5 is build recovery into consistency. And we talked about this earlier about taking those breaks, but celebrating the small wins, taking those breaks, having those recovery days. It is not selfish or lazy to say, I'm not doing anything today. Actually, this shirt is a perfect example. Read this shirt. Can y'all see this? It says, I am only talking to my dog today. That is not necessarily a lie. There are days where I'm just going to chill, watch some movies, read some books, go for walks. And the only thing I'm going to talk to is my dog. Now, does that always happen? No, but that mindset of that's how I feel, that's okay. So build in those recovery times that you need, because these other ones I mentioned earlier were short little 5-10 minute things here and there. I'm talking about real recovery, having a good night's sleep, going and taking a good half day for yourself. And my recommendation, take the second half of the day. Don't take the first half of the day for yourself, knowing that you've got all this other stuff to do after you recover. No, you didn't. You're stressing out while you're recovering. Do it after you finish. Accomplish things first early on, and then rest. So motivation gets you started. Consistency keeps you going. So remember that. The motivation is just the kickstart. The consistency in doing the practices that we shared are going to make it sustainable and keep you going. All right, I'm going to shut up now because I talked a lot. Martha, I'm going to hand it over to you to share your wonderful insight and also criticize, share emotional outbursts about anything that I shared. Feel free. And over to you.
No, thank you. As you were, I love all your shares, by the way, Felipe. I can totally resonate just because I'm going through my health journey, the working out, the being consistent, the getting motivated, the mental that goes into that. Like, okay, I got to get up, I got to go. I don't want to. I want to stay here and just relax and eat, and I don't want to get up. Then I'm like, no, I have to go. So then I just go. And then I feel so much better once I get it done. So the consistency is obviously key, and you finding motivation to move, because movement is good, but also it's that quietness too. And for me, I love the scheduling part. I do schedule, and I'm very transparent with whoever I'm talking to. Like, let's get it on the schedule. We'll meet at this time, and then we meet at that time, and then I go on my day and do whatever I need to do. But in my day, I'm fitting in fitness, I'm fitting in Teddy's walks, I'm fitting in my pampering time so that I can take care of myself, which I wasn't doing before. Because before it was just consistency, but I wasn't taking care of my health. And that caused burnout. And then, of course, other things led with burnout. But I also wanted to touch base too on, because I kind of fell in this category too. I don't even know if it's a category, but people that are easily manipulated. Um, uh, what works for one person, we always like to hear other people's input, but just be very careful who you're getting that information from, because what may work for somebody may not work for you. So just be really intentional. And I love that word that I heard from Jane before. Be intentional about what's going to work for you, who you're going to connect with, because not everything that we hear out there is going to work. I know that because I've tried it myself and it didn't work. I did a couple things that I thought was going to work and I ended up losing so much, but I did learn a lot along the way. But now I just found that going to the beach and doing what I love, which is working with the unhoused community and supporting them, that brings me joy. But I've also found ways on how to calm myself. So just some insights that I've learned along the way. I'll pass it over to Joel.
Oh, there we go. I have almost needed to force myself to be consistent in many occasions, even when I don't want to actually do anything that day apart from sit and chill. But recently I chose a different discipline. I said to myself, I'm going to be consistent, and because my medical condition, I said, oh, okay, if I move more, that means I get to eat more of the stuff which I'm not allowed normally. So I've taken them upon myself to do to work out for the rest of this year and more. And it's amazing really how little the silly things that motivate people. Mine, for some of you guys, most of you guys, mine eating more protein, big deal. You do that all the time. But for me, that's a very strong motivation to get me off my backside. So and actually doing some more stuff, because then the protein's going to places and actually working. So my motivation this year is coming from a lot of discipline, and especially if I'm told that by my doctors, well, why not? I mean, and that's a win-win. So getting more consistent this year, starting off with getting myself into some sort of shape, and the rest will hopefully follow in place as well.
Martha, do you want to share something? All right. So yeah, I love what each of you shared, and I hope you all can see how each of us had different approaches. Each of us have different struggles or challenges, and that's life. Life is going to throw you those things that you expected and didn't expect, and that's the thing. I think we also, let's not be surprised by the things that happen every year. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, like, let's learn a little bit from our just chaos. For example, if you stress out and all your motivation and consistency goes out the window right before the holidays because of the holidays and the shopping and this, plan better. I mean, I'm not trying to be a jerk about it. I'm saying from personal experiences, I used to wait until December 23rd to do my shopping for Christmas. I used to think it was a game, like, oh, let's see if I can do it in 2 days, But I was exhausted and I was not having fun. But plan things out if you know that you have a big wedding coming up, or if you have a reunion, or if you have a get together. When you plan things out and the event comes up and you're like, oh, wow, I actually did plan everything out. You're like, now I can enjoy it. And it's so much, it makes a huge difference. It's like, I give the analogy of, if you ever, tell me if you all ever had this in the comments. Oh, and Joel, can we put the link in the comments if you haven't already for people to join us? I don't know if you have. But have you ever cleaned your house, or even just your office or a room, and the next day you kind of forgot that you did, and you walk in and you're like, oh, this feels great. And you just kind of feel like, okay, I can go right into what I want to do, and I feel organized. There's that sense of preparation that helps us. Yes, I can get messy. I have a pile of messy papers right now. Well, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I was just thinking about what you were just sharing, because I have a thing about vacuuming. I vacuum almost every day. But to me, when my carpet, because I have a white carpet and I like to maintain it nice and white, even though I have Teddy, but we keep it nice and white, and we don't wear our shoes.
Isn't Teddy white?
Well, yeah, but I take him outside, and like he's actually getting
I know, just kidding.
he's getting pampered today, by the way, friends. So if just
Is
FYI.
he at the spa again?
He is.
Dear Lord, I think I pamper my dogs, y'all. But this girl here, she sits there and sorry, this woman, forgive me. Her dog goes to the spa. My dog's at the spa while she's at home right now. Okay, that means like legit spa. And if you've watched any of her videos, when the dog gets tired,
Yeah.
she takes up the dog or she walks in the stroller. I mean, this dog is living its best life, hands down. It's gonna go to heaven one day and be like, can I go back down? I think I liked it better back down to earth.
Yeah, I went on a walk yesterday and I seen one of my childhood friends, and Teddy's tongue was all out, and I was carrying him because he didn't want to walk. He said, "Oh, now he is a spoiled dog." I said, "You mean spoiled baby? Don't call him a dog." He was like, "Oh man, can you carry me like that?" I was like, "No."
All right, I'm all for diversity and inclusion, but I'm sorry. A dog is a dog. I am not going to be shamed for calling a dog a dog. No, it's a baby. That is that person's baby. They don't have children, so it's okay. You can call it a baby, but don't make me call a dog a baby. I'm sorry. I don't know why I have a southern accent when I said that, but
I seen you. Oh man.
Oh,
Okay.
dear Lord.
Well, yeah, it's okay. I am a little, I'm a mom to Teddy, and yes, I do a little go overboard sometimes. I can say that. But like I like your sweater, by the way, because when I just want to like not socialize, I do talk to Teddy on my walks.
Oh yeah.
And he responds just by looking at me, by wagging his tail, by smiling, or by not wanting to walk and just pausing there, like carry me. But it's just like that energy that
Does Teddy give you the side eye? I get the side eye from Copper all the time.
Yeah. Well, when he gets mad, his whole demeanor changes. Oh my gosh, he looks like a mean boy. I'm like, this is not my little baby Teddy. I don't know who this is.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not, look at the comments here. I'm not shaming that he doesn't deserve to be pampered. I'm just saying that when people say that I pamper my dog, no. The word pampered belongs to Miss Martha Lobos over here, okay? Because she's got the pampering down pat. What do you do for Bailey, Joel? And then we'll get back to the topic here. We're a little bit off topic. We'll get back.
That's what I'm doing to him. He's being nice and boring at the moment, recovering well. But
oh,
all right. What have you done to spoil him during his recovery? Have you given him anything or done anything for him to spoil him?
Yes, my sister bought him some treats.
Okay. My sister brought dog ice cream one time. Dog's like,
he had a pop cup every single year on his birthday.
Hey, the Copper gets a pop cup every time I ever go to Starbucks, and it's so bad now that when I walk in, I don't even have to ask for here's your pop cup. I'm like, I don't have the dog with me today, but thank you. I was like, I felt bad. Like I'm asking for a pop cup. They're free. For any of you who don't know,
they're free over here as well.
Yeah. So anyone who doesn't know, if you have a dog, they'll give you a little tiny Dixie cup size of whipped cream. Some of the people who don't know will fill up a whole big cup. That's a little bit too much, but yeah, and it's free, and you can give it to your dog. And if there's any dog that's out there that says it's highly unhealthy, it's a little bit of whipped cream. I don't think it's going to kill them.
Yeah.
If it is, please let me know, because I just found a list of poisonous things you shouldn't give your dog, like garlic and things like that. So,
mine's alive, so.
Well, let us know in the comments if you have a dog, a cat. Let us know if you have an exotic animal. Maybe you have a parrot, snake. Well, I'm curious, because I do think that there is a parental factor to pets. But let's get back to the topic at hand, if we don't mind. We got a little bit off kilter. So showing up with consistency and motivation when life gets busy. Share us in the comments what kind of things have happened in your life that just threw things into a whirlwind that you just didn't think you were going to be able to handle it, but you did maybe, or maybe you just had some good lessons learned, or maybe it was just one of those unique situations. You're like, you don't ever think to prepare for this, but we probably should think about it just in case. So I'd love to hear your examples in the comments. But Joel, Martha, if you have any,
Yeah.
oh,
I
Martha,
wanted
over to
to
you.
say something, sorry, but as the mental health aspect that goes into it, right? For me, like I have a therapist that I see regularly who helps me. Um, and wow, what a difference it has made in my life. But I'm like really promoting mental health. And we don't really think about like sometimes we can't be consistent or motivated because we are dealing with some real internal difficulties that we need to get addressed in order to move forward. And so I am promoting about mental health, like the importance of seeking support and finding a community that you can get connected with that can support you, because that's important too. You don't want to be around people that are either negative naysayers that are going to put you down. You want to be around people that are going to uplift you. And I know you mentioned earlier like everything's not going to be like positive, right? Because you want to also look at like those negatives, and I'm just kind of using my own words now, but like also like why isn't this working? And I know I wrote a post about this, or maybe I don't know if I've posted it yet. I'm trying to think about like the importance of our mind. Like if we say we're not good at this, we're not good at this. Well, guess what? We're not going to be good at it. We're not. You know, if I seen a post recently from a friend that I grew up with who's dealing with some real healthcare complications. He's not getting better because he doesn't take care of his health. And, no matter how much the medical team tells him, do this, do that, he doesn't follow through. So just wanted to share that. Like, just there is support. You just have to find the support. And if you don't find the support, ask for help. Reach out to somebody that you know that you trust. And if they're not able, somebody will be able to guide you. Reach out to me.
I love that you share that, Martha, because the mental health aspect is so important. You all know that for me, I talk about it on all my shows. It's always a priority for me to kind of break that stigma, because I mean, look, I grew up in a stereotypical Latino family where if you were having mental health struggles, you're like, oh, go out and play, you'll be fine. Oh, go get some sleep, you'll be fine. We're going away this weekend. Just think about that, you'll be fine. And so it was a lot of distraction, but it wasn't because they didn't care. They didn't know any better either. No one taught them. So for me, it's about making this conversation about mental health as comfortable as, hey, I joined this gym, or are you going, do you work out or no? Okay. Hey, you ask somebody, hey, do you work out? No, I don't really work out. There's no shame. Some people might shame, but most people are like, oh, okay, yeah, it's amazing that you look as good as you do for not working out. Or, hey, I'm looking for a workout partner. But we have such casual conversations about working out. We shouldn't be whispering about mental health. Brain is one of the biggest muscles we have. It's a muscle that we need to exercise. And I think when we talk about these examples that you were sharing, people are scared, people are afraid. And we have to remember that don't wait until something happens to you for you to believe in the value of mental health. And I'll be honest, that's what happened to me. In my 40s, I had a horrible car accident. Someone walked in front of my car, I hit them, and they passed away. That put me down my mental health journey of anxiety, and I had to learn how to manage it. I had to learn how to figure things out. For not knowing what the hell is happening to my brain and afraid to talk about it with anybody, you're silently suffering. And I'm sharing this not for any kind of attention. It's because I shared this with my employees because I wanted them to know that if you're silently suffering, don't feel like you can't speak up, because there are people out there that are willing to listen. And when we did that, people started speaking up in the workplace. When COVID hit, they reached out to us to seek guidance and advice. And that's what it should be like. But if we aren't vulnerable enough to share what's happening, what we've gotten through, no one's going to know to ask. And you can't ask for help if you don't know who to ask to help from. So I'm going to end with this. I'm reaching out to all you out there that have dealt with mental health challenges and have learned how to manage them and are doing great and succeeding and feel good, share your story. Don't be ashamed of it. If anything, be proud of saying, hey, I'm successful. And this challenge was a challenge. I overcame it. I learned how to manage it. And I'm living my best life. Am I going to have problems in the future? Absolutely. Am I going to fail? Absolutely. But that part, I know how to live with it. And that's what I think people need to understand, that there's hope, because I don't want to get into the whole concept of the extreme case of mental health, of going down the route where people take their own life, but that's the worst case scenario. And we want to avoid that. So I'll stop there. I know we have Gregory Liverpool here, but before we go to Gregory, Martha, do you have anything else you want to add? And Joel, I want to give you a chance to add anything else as well.
Yeah, Felipe, thank you so much for sharing that. That this is like, we don't really hear these stories, right? We hear them from like word of mouth, or like me, I'm reading about them. I went through my own issues that I'm still recovering through, but just hearing this out loud and that you actually experienced this is like traumatic experience. You could be the person on top of the world, and something traumatic can happen, and everything's lost, because you're not in the right place. So I really appreciate you being vulnerable and sharing that with us, and just letting people know, like, we there is help. Look at Felipe, friends. Like, this is a perfect example right here.
And one of the things is that I just on Wednesday this week, I was on someone's podcast and they were interviewing me, and they've known me for a couple of years through LinkedIn. And they said, oh, can you have any stories of when things have gone bad? And I shared a few things like, wow, I was like, you just always seem like everything's good. I'm like, oh, dear God, am I Facebooking it in right now, making everyone think that everything's always happy glory? Like, I need to be more vocal about the things that challenge. I don't want to think people think I have this rose-colored life and everything's perfect. I'm looking for a job right now. I've got challenges. I got life going on just like everybody else. And when I mean by Facebooking it in is you're only seeing all the positive.
Mhm.
So that's why I want to be very transparent and encourage other people to be vulnerable about their experiences so that they can be able to be consistent and stay motivated. That's the other thing. Talking about it and getting it off your chest helps you release that fear, and it helps you get more focused and motivated again, because you get very devoted, motivated when those things take over in mental health. So, Joel, any thoughts you want to share before we go to our guest?
I'll go to the guest first, and then I'll come back to me.
Okay, sounds like a good plan. All right, well, we have about 20 minutes left, you all, so feel free to jump up on stage if you want to join us. The link is in the chat. And we'll give the first 2 minutes over to Gregory Liverpool. Hello, my friend. I know you are very excited about the Super Bowl and everything else coming up, and Olympics. I'm going to make an assumption that you like the Olympics because you are such a sports fan, but correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know. Over to you.
Yeah, that's why I had a late last night. I basically missed the live in Technicolor, the opening ceremony. So I was basically catching encore and deleted for time type of the opening ceremonies in Italy and stuff. So that's why I had a very, very long night, and as well as speaking of pregame show, me and William are doing a pregame show on this platform at 4 p.m. Central. Link is in the comments. Yes, I had a feeling that Felipe, you're going to say, is the link in the comments? Yes, I did put the link in the comment before coming up on this stage and stuff, and that's why I will say I've been uberly busy, like I will say, for the last 2 weeks, and I'm finding that a lot of people are having events on a certain day, want to have a meeting on a certain day at a certain time, and it's basically causing a whole ruckus in terms of my schedule and stuff. I have to basically move stuff off of off of one day to see it, to make sure that I have that day clear per se. So it's like basically on the go, and my LinkedIn impression numbers are taking a beating. So that's why I'm thinking that I'm trying to figure out a day per se, probably Tuesday, just to do some posts in terms of where I have been and where and what have I done in the first week of February and stuff, and reconnect with some people that I have basically connected through in person and stuff. I found, for example, I found a association that basically is an association that basically is want to be the sole bearer or the one-stop shop in terms of here in my province, which is basically States for you people in Manitoba, Canada, in terms of the governance of AI. So they are looking for, they have an AI governance committee, and I was talking to someone by the name of Crystal, and says, "Are you looking for bodies?" And he says, "Yep, especially BIPOC," because I looked on their website in terms of their executive board, and it is all white Caucasian male and Caucasian female, nothing from a BIPOC point of view or a persons with disability point of view in regards to AI and stuff. So I'm basically latching onto them per se, and basically, yeah, that's basically me in a nutshell for the last couple of weeks and stuff. So, and it's been very, very hectic for me. So, yeah.
Well, thank you, Greg. We appreciate you sharing, and I hope you have a good weekend with all the sporting events. I know we have a few people on stage, so let's keep it going.
Sorry.
Jay, how are you? Welcome to stage. Please tell us your thoughts about consistency, staying motivated during difficult times.
Yeah, I think, hi guys. Hi everyone. Happy Super Bowl Eve. Rooting for the Patriots, guys. So, whoever's a Seahawk fan, sorry to disappoint you, my friends. Yeah, I think showing up consistently, I think that's very essential, but at the same time, we also have to think about like when is a great time to show up to show up, right? I mean, let's face it, we all have busy schedules, right? But we also have to think about flexibility and time consistency as well. I know like for my example, like when I have to work, I know that I cannot post because I am working physically and I'm in that work mode. But like we also that's just an example of when it's the right time to show up on LinkedIn or any social media platform, and when is it not. We have to think about those things, and at the same time, we also have to think about when should we pause from showing up on social media. I mean, in today's social media world and AI world, there's just so much going on that there's never a good time to pause. But that's something we have to decide for ourselves: is when do we pause? When do we pause? When do we do things like Martha does? Showing up on the beach and walking her dog and all those things. I know I get a great joy from seeing those videos. But that's just this is what I mean by pause. Pausing, showing up at the right times, not showing up at the wrong time, not showing up when you're not able to show up. That this is something we have to keep in mind. Yes, again, posting on social media is essential, but it's when and what you post is so important. And that's also based on consistency. So, and trust. I cannot stress that enough. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Jay. That was just a brilliant share that you just gave us there, and you made up so many great points. Before I share and go around the room here, I just want to remind people that if we have people on stage, we'll go a little bit past the hour, obviously. So I don't want people to feel too rushed, but we do want to respect everybody else on stage. And two, also remind your friends that we are live and share it with your network and repost the room. If you're not following us on LinkedIn, do me a favor, give us a follow on LinkedIn on our Social Saturday chat page. After you follow us, hit that little bell in the top right-hand corner so you get notified of all the events that we do, not just on Saturdays, but all the other co-hosts do as well. And if you want to check out some of our past episodes, go to your favorite podcast, Apple, Google, Spotify, and just do a search for Social Saturday Chat, and you'll see some of our great episodes where we have interviewed some amazing guests. We've had some fun networking events, and we've tackled some pretty tough topics. So with that being said, Jay, what I wanted to share with you is showing up consistently. Obviously, you want to make sure that you're doing it in a way that you're not sacrificing time for yourself or your loved ones. And I think that's an important point that you made. And with social media, I think that's one of the caveats here when we talk about how to stay consistent and motivated is if you're not feeling it, let that be your guide. I always say, don't let LinkedIn or social media bully you into feeling that you have to post. During the holidays, I didn't feel like posting, not for another reason than I was just doing a lot of other stuff, busy with my family, decorating, getting gifts. I wanted to enjoy that and be present. If I felt like I had to post, it would have taken me away from that. So I think it's important not to let anyone tell you, you need to be posting. You don't need to be doing anything. You do what's right for you. And if it works, it works. But LinkedIn's algorithm, for the most part, says if you post once every 10 days, you are a frequent poster, okay? Once every 10 days, they do not punish you. After like 2 weeks, I think you might get, I don't want to say punished, but it might not favor you as much. But in those first 10 days, you don't get punished, okay? And instead of posting, comment. And when you do pause, make sure you do it for the right reasons. Because I think that when people see you show up consistently, it builds trust. Look at this team here. We have showed up consistently for how many years? And we've done it as a team. I had a funeral to attend to 2 weeks ago. I said, I'm not going to be here. The team's like, we got it. That's what you have to understand is that I don't care about being 100% consistent. I care about being consistent for you all, myself, and my family. And I think that's what we have to remember is no bucket should be more important, and you shouldn't put everything in that one bucket. With that, we've got a full off stage, y'all. We are, excuse my language, we are going to go past the hour. I'm telling you that right now. I love who's up here already. So, Martha, anything you want to share about Jay's share before we move on?
I am just loving this conversation right now. So I'm going to take a step back and I'm just going to take it all in because this is so beautiful. Thank you, Felipe. Thank you, everybody that's here with us, too.
Joel, any comments before we move on or just keep on going? Keep on going. All right. All right. Well, our next guest is somebody who I have not seen up here. We see you in the comments all the time, Chris, but it's always wonderful to see you here in live. Please share us your thoughts and your questions on this topic. The mic is yours.
Oh, hey, Felipe, how y'all doing this morning? Miss Martha, how you doing? Oh, I've been MIA for a while, Felipe. I had surgery, and I just wanted to step up and just say, y'all got a good platform going, but just wanted to give a big shout out. Miss Martha has, my emotions right now has been all over the wall since I had emergency surgery. And I just want to say, if y'all not connected to Miss Martha or you, Felipe, if y'all not connected, y'all need to connect with Miss Martha. She has really stepped up to the plate and really has helped me. And she's been there through all the times that I've been in the hospital and came home. This girl's got a big heart. And I just wanted to step up and just to say, You know, she is a beautiful person on the inside. She's a beautiful person on the outside. And Martha has really stepped up to help me. And I like all of her posts that she's been doing and what the, you know, her post walking on the beach and all that has really been a calm for me. And I just wanted to step up just to acknowledge that, you know, y'all got one of the best platforms and having Martha on here is one of y'all's best. Thanks, Felipe. Martha,
I echo
thanks so
that
much.
110%. Martha is one of the best, hands down, and she does have one of the biggest hearts. So much that we have to remind her to make sure that that heart includes herself, but she knows that now.
Yeah,
So
I've always told her put herself first. You know, always
exactly,
put
she's
herself
doing that.
first.
She's doing that now. She's
She
practicing it.
is because, you know, she's been going through a lot, and for her to step up to help me from what I'm going through now, you know, my anxieties, everything's just been off the wall, but she has really been there. And my wife's been there too. The big portion of it, she has been there too. But Martha has did a whole lot. I really appreciate as much as what she's did. I just don't know how to repay her, but she has done so much for me and has really got me to where I need to be right now.
Chris, I think that you're repaying her right now by what you're saying. And also, I just want to say that our thoughts and prayers are with you during this time of recovery. Don't let anxiety beat you up. Get out of that hamster wheel. I used to live in that hamster wheel. I used to, you know, I didn't rent it. I owned the hamster wheel for a long time. I get it. But you've got a great community here and you're consistently showing up. That's one thing I give you credit. Honestly, most people probably would not know what you've been going through because you said you've been away for a while, but you still show up every once in a while. We see you. And so you definitely are somebody who is staying motivated and consistent. Let us feed that motivation for you. Know that we are rooting for you and that we have your back. And when those doubts creep in, remember us, please. All right.
Chris,
Martha,
I have an idea. Chris,
okay,
if you're first level connection with Martha, give her a recommendation.
absolutely. Which I wouldn't be surprised if you already did that. But Martha, over to you.
Okay, well, this is emotional. Okay, I was holding my tears back. But, you know, it's hard when you're someone that likes to move, you know, and get things moving. And then when you're in a state when you can't even think straight because of everything that's going around, this is where I say it's okay to ask for help. You don't owe anything to anyone. Just say I need help right now and friends will show up. That's it. Okay? There's no money that you can put on that. If your friends truly care about you and love you, they will show up. So I'm showing up for my community. And yes, I'm going above and beyond because I really love deeply. And Miss Brother Chris, I love you so much. And yes, we'll keep communicating and I'll keep walking with you on this road of recovery because you're only gonna get better from here on out, okay?
And Chris, God bless your wife. I know that she has always been a huge support for you, and you've always been very vocal about it. But we've also seen it when she's showing you in lives. So it's just, I'm glad that you have that. Just remember that, and that we're here for you. All right. All right. Let's keep on moving along. We have Mr. Suave Glasses himself, Mr. William Rochelle, Bill, who's just looking at him, just looking all suave with his glasses, you know, stylish as can be. How are you today, Bill? Welcome. What are your thoughts about staying consistent and motivated during challenging times?
Wow, I have many thoughts about that. I want to first say that Chris, your share was so solid, and it was so beautiful, and it moved me. And Martha, you're a blessing in more ways than I think you even know. But I am so glad that you are taking that time to heal yourself as well. Um, with that said, Felipe, you know I have nothing but good things to say about you, but I do agree with Martha that my dog is my baby. No matter how big he gets, he's my big baby. Jay,
Just don't make me call him your baby. That's
I
my
can't
only thing.
make
You
you
can
do
call him whatever you
anything.
want, but
I
don't
can't make you do anything.
If I say that's your dog, you're like, nope, you gotta call him my baby. I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. Sorry.
Yeah, we figured that out a long time ago. I can't force you to do nothing. But I do want to say with Jay about him saying posting and understanding when to post and what to post and what not to post. I struggle with that because during these times, my emotions have gone up and down. I get super excited about an opportunity or super excited about something. I see that light at the end of the tunnel and it doesn't go my way. And the power of the pen, sometimes I think I need to walk away because I have reacted in a positive manner. But if you read between the lines, you know I just ripped somebody apart. And I need to kind of work on that part of it. Staying consistent. I'm glad that you said this, Felipe, because it is my philosophy. I am a positive human being. I enjoy being positive, but life is not a soundbite of motivational speeches. Sometimes it's just not okay. And I deliver the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I do that intentionally. And I always think about, is this going to prevent me from getting a job? But the truth of the matter is, I'm more into healing someone than to have a false impression of what this reality looks like. This is a moment in time. So I've learned how to segment that out. But it doesn't mean that moment does not come with its conflicts, its positive and its negative. And the positive far outweigh the negative. The final thing I'm going to say, Gregory, you said 4 p.m. Central, it's 4 p.m. Eastern.
It's in the comments. People won't miss it. If they click the link, they'll go to the right place.
And anybody that wants to join us on stage, it's going to be like, come on up. Let's make this happen. This is his show because
if you ever see Gregory talk about sports, he gets very passionate. But
yes.
Listen, we gotta get going to our other guests here. Bill,
right.
I'd love to share your comments that you made about saying things nicely with the inner, those lines in between of the hidden meaning. That's called being passive aggressive. Stop doing that. That's not good. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, being okay with it not being okay, I'm a huge proponent of it. I believe that you should feel what you feel. But here's and I'm very passionate. I talk about this with my wife, my kids, my friends. There's a huge difference between venting and trauma dumping. Someone who's venting is frustrated, having all these feelings. They need to get it out by themselves, with whoever, by punching a bag, whatever it takes. And they let it out and they try to move on.
Yeah.
A lot of times with trauma dumping, people they want to keep on. Oh, this happened, but then this happened, but then this happened. Okay, at what point are you going to stop focusing on what happened? Or are you going to start focusing on what are you going to do next? And that's where I think we got to keep people. When I see a family member spiraling or self-deprecating, that's when I stop listening and I start interrupting. Because I want them to wait, the more you spiral, the harder it's going to be to bring you out. And I don't have the energy to do that right now. So can I just stop you right now? I try to laugh about it a little bit because they know that when I say those things, they're like, I'm not spiraling. I'm like, you kind of are. And I just want you to be aware of it.
Does that make you spiral when they start spiraling?
No. No. I'm just trying to get them to slow down so they can finish getting their feelings out. Because when they start spiraling, like, no, wait, you're going down the wrong rabbit hole. Let's get back to your main issue. And if I catch them early enough, it's great. Sometimes it's just, they went down the rabbit hole and I can't even see them. They're so far down, So
Can I say something?
Absolutely. I was going to hand it over to you. No, I was going to hand it over to you next. Perfect timing. Over to you.
Okay. Thanks, Felipe. Bill, I just want you to know, like, seriously, you have motivated me to be vulnerable. And Joel, thank you too for pushing me, because I've been reading your newsletters and stuff, and I got really inspired through my mental health journey. When I got my diagnosis, then I was like, should I do it? Should I not? Should I do that? And of course, I'm like, I don't want to be judged by my corporate people.
Right.
Who wants to be judged? Right. But then I'm like, I'm going to be putting this fake persona that everything's okay when I know darn well everything's not okay. So guess what? I'm using my diagnosis now as my superpower tools, because our weakness that we think are actually the greatest tools. So Bill, like, I'm actually really proud of the newsletters you're sharing. To me, they've been very inspiring,
Thank
and
you.
I'm exposing myself even more, and opportunities have been opening up. And so, and I shared that last week, and they continue to open up, because if you're yourself, you're genuinely you, and it's meant for you. I believe in God, and God's going to open every door that's meant for you.
Thank
So
you.
just wanted to share that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I love you for
And
that.
and I'm so glad you mentioned that, Martha, because I think it's important. One thing I do want people to be, we're being very real here on the show, you all, is I shared earlier about my anxiety. I got in front of all my employees and shared that I suffered with anxiety. I was nervous. My nieces and my daughter convinced me I should do that because the staff needs to hear it from the leader. I wasn't worried about the staff. I was worried about my peers. My peers were amazing. They loved my CEO, supportive. Found out years later, though, some of the board didn't like it. I'm sharing that because I want everyone to be prepared to have your eyes wide open. Not everyone is going to support and agree with you because they aren't brave enough to do it themselves. So they think, if I can't do it, you shouldn't be able to do it. Don't let those naysayers, those are the ones that we need to push away and educate. I'm sorry, educate or push away. And it's important to remember that, because that's the reality. People are going to speak negatively about it. They do it about race. They do it about religion. They do it about politics. Then why are they going to stop when it comes to mental health? So I'm just loving this conversation. Let us know in the chat if you have questions for any of these people, or if you have your own takeaways that you want to share, your favorite takeaway. Let us know in the chat and put it in there. And we are still going, so invite your friends to join us. All right. Our next guest we have on the docket is Miss Jolanta. I am so happy to see you, my friend. It has been way too long. How have you been? And please share your wisdom.
Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me okay? Is my audio on? Awesome. Yes, it's been a long time, Felipe. I want to say I really love this discussion of consistency, because I myself, I'm kind of like Bill in a way, talking about when it comes to social media, or feeling like the pressures of always having to like post or be engaging and getting stuck and stagnant. I also like to talk of mental health, and I feel like more people need to be a little bit more vulnerable in our time of chaos and what's going on, because you can only show so much of the behind the scenes of all the pretty lights and stuff, but like, what is your journey? What are you actually going through? What type of habits are you were talking about habits earlier. I'm always looking at habits. I actually did a emotional intelligence habit tracking for like 2 weeks to actually figure out what my emotional triggers were, because I, like Martha, going through my own depression and anxiety, that kind of helped me when I was figuring out, okay, am I drinking too much caffeine? Or because caffeine does have a lot of blockers, right? A lot of people don't know that, but I started going off sugar, and I cut sugar out for like a whole week, and I stopped eating a lot of chocolates, which is hard. Not eating chocolates is hard for a lot of people, right? So, we see a lot of the behind the scenes process of your creative work, but what we don't see is the actual inner critics, like you were talking about just now, that inner negative self-talk. I actually just had a friend And I think they're stuck in a loop a little bit. And I see this in certain conversations with people. I was mentioning in the chat earlier, I served on a mental health board in my local city. It was called Open Heart and Mind Connection, where we actually went out and we talked to mental health victims or people who were in different situations. And unfortunately, my friend passed away from suicide, and we didn't even know. You're talking about, talking about the symptoms and talking about when to recognize it. That's one thing in society. We don't really recognize the depression or anxiety right away because they don't come on. But as far as saying consistency, you're talking about going to the gym earlier. That's something I'm struggling with, is keeping up my own check-in system. I do have people where I'm fortunate enough to check in on me, because right now there's a lot of chaos in my state. And so how do you stay going? How do you keep the creativity going? So those check-ins, I really do appreciate when I get a phone call. I still love a good phone chat. I actually have a house phone because I haven't really given up my cell phone yet, or just going everything mobile. So yes, I do like to have a house phone every once in a while. So there's some things I still enjoy, like you're talking about reading a good book earlier. I'm really glad that Meryl nagged me to come today. So thank you, Meryl. Shout out to you for letting me know about the event today. So I'm glad to be here. It's great to reconnect with all of you. Thanks, Felipe, for a great conversation.
Well, thank you, Yolanda, and thank you to Meryl for being just, again, the master connector who brings us all together and keeps us aware of events that are happening. We can't thank you enough. I mean, I know everyone in this chat and on the stage that has ever worked with you knows that you are just the most generous, kindest person. And if we ever get to meet you, I feel like it's like we're going to win like the lottery. It's like, oh, I got to see Meryl in person. First person that does it. It's like a Survivor game. Who can meet Meryl in person or see him in person? But Yolanda, I just want to say, I love what you shared. I think the fact that you're focusing on the things that can trigger you health-wise, food-wise. People say I have a lot of high energy. I cut out caffeine, alcohol, and sugar for an entire year. And I realized I didn't need it. I'm like, okay, I have enough energy. I'm like, why am I adding more? People already tell me I have too much energy. But the sugar was hard because coffee, I don't like the taste of straight black coffee. But I found ways to manage. And I think that's what people have to realize is that, yeah, the first time you might not like it, but just because you didn't like it the first time around doesn't mean that it won't work and that you won't like it in the future, to the point where you may end up liking it better than the old one. And when you try the old one again, you're like, oh God, how did I drink that? That's way too sweet. But that inner self-talk and that support system, that is huge. And I'm glad that you have that. That is something that helps us stay motivated and consistent. I won't lie. I know who I need to call when I need that positive voice of encouragement. And I need to know who to call when I need someone to kick me in the butt and saying, get over yourself and just move on. Both those are supportive and encouraging. You gotta know that you need both of them. Don't just keep on calling the person and it's like, everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna work out. Okay, I've been sharing this story on like the last 3 calls or videos that I've done. I'll share it again here. It's one thing that I've warned ahead of time. It's a faith-based story, but it's not getting religious. It's just basically this man is in the ocean. He is on his boat. His boat capsizes and sinks. He's there in the middle of the ocean, can't see any land anywhere, and is afraid of drowning. He starts praying to God, saying, God, please save me, save me. I have complete faith that you'll save me. I know you'll save me. A boat comes by and says, hey, let's help you. He said, no, thank you. God's going to save me. I have faith. A fishing boat comes by. Hey, let us help you. No, I have faith in God. He's going to save me. Third ship comes by. Hey, you look like you're about to drown. Let us help you. No. I have prayed to God. I know he's going to save me. I have faith. When the man drowns and goes to heaven, and he says, God, I prayed to you. I had faith in you. Why didn't you save me? He's like, I sent you 3 boats. How many more signs did you need? So my point is that sometimes we need to remember that there is help out there, and we just need to open our eyes to it and realize that sometimes people are trying to help us and we push it away. We've got to be open to that. And that means being open to that. There's people that are giving us that honest feedback that we don't like to hear. They're telling us because we care. The people that care about us don't care about sharing. They want to see us keep on failing and suffering. So they're not going to share that with you. So I love that you brought that. And here's a little tip I have for all of you. It's one of the favorite tips that one of my good friends shared with me when I was talking about someone who was doing a lot of self-negative talk, a lot of self-deprecating. Whenever you have a friend that's doing that in front of you, you stop them and you say, let's say Martha's doing it, okay? Well, example, Martha's doing some self-negative talk, self-deprecating herself. I'm like, hey, don't you dare talk about my friend Martha like that. She is a kind, sweet heart woman with a big heart, and I don't like hearing you talk bad about my friend. And that kind of like, okay, you didn't tell them to stop doing what you just defended your friend. It's a very different way of psychologically sending a message to them saying what you're doing is not okay without saying stop doing that. That's like telling somebody to calm down. Oh, okay, that worked. Thank you. So I just wanted to share that little tip because I think I've seen that work. It's worked on a lot of family members and friends, and they've laughed about it, but they've like, all right, I get it. So I appreciate you saying that. Martha, any thoughts on Yolanda's share?
Yolanda, thank you so much for sharing, the writing down what can be triggering me to feel this way. That has been part of the journey that I'm on too, like to track the sugar, the social media, what you're coming across social media, for example, that stuff can be triggering to our mental health. So yeah, the importance of nurturing ourselves, and it starts with loving yourself. You have to love yourself, and I think that's something that I've learned on this journey through my mental health is self-love. Really embrace everything about you from head to toe. When you're in that shower, just talk to yourself how beautiful you are. You are just talk beautiful to yourself, and you will feel it in the shower. Thank you so much, Jolanta, and it's so great to meet you.
Good to meet you too, Martha. I wanted to just, if I may, just add something real quick, Felipe, as you guys were talking about that. There's a book that I'm reading right now, and it actually goes through, they call it like the 4 obstacles or the 4 O's in the life. And I really utilize these 4 O's. What are my objectives? What is the obstacles? What are my challenges? And what are the opportunities that are out there? And this book has really helped me go through like different resources. You're talking about your friend just now. I have a friend, the same friend that I was going through. I tried to help with a lot of resources. I usually would say, have you tried art, or have you tried maybe looking at other types of options that might be available in your area? And that's that kind of it goes back to being kind, right? The concept of just, can we all just be a little kinder to one another and help each other out rather than just drop and not actually do anything, because you don't know if you could save that person's life. So thank you, Martha, for that. I appreciate that.
And I'm loving this conversation. You mentioned joy. My wife is reading this book. It's about, how to find the joy that you're missing. That's not the title, but I'll share it later. But one of the stories in there that the author shared was about, and I don't remember the celebrity and I don't remember this woman's name, so forgive me as I just paraphrase this, but she was a young Black actress in the 1940s, 50s, or 60s, talking to somebody like a Cary Grant kind of famous actor. And they were in this scene and practicing, and she was auditioning, and she asked for advice, and he's like, you are a phenomenal actress. I just want to be honest with you, this director here, he only hires white females. So I just wanted to be upfront with you about this and let you know that you're probably not going to get this. She turned to her friend, and her friend's like, I am so sorry. She's like, did you hear what he said? She's like, yeah, I am so sorry. He said I was a phenomenal actress. Oh my God. And she leaned into that and focused on that. And she ended up being like a really phenomenal actress. I wish I could remember her name right now because the story was just shared with me briefly. But it was one of those things where it's like, yeah, those people probably were racist pigs. But look at what did come out of it. Somebody who respected you said you were a phenomenal actress. Don't let that negativity erase the positivity that was there. make sure you hear that too, because when we don't hear it, we're missing out and we're only hurting ourselves. We got to believe that there's good in us. So I just wanted to share that because I think that was just something that came to mind as you were talking. All right, our last speaker, a friend of ours who we've known for a long time. Great to see you, Mr. Tom. Tom, please unmic, turn on your video if you want. We'd love to see your cat. And please
Yay!
share your wisdom. Over to you, my friend.
Good morning, everybody. This is Kitty.
Oh, how sweet!
Yeah. My dog is sleeping around the corner. He doesn't want to be shown. Well, I just wanted to get on here. I haven't been on for stage for I don't know how long. But yeah, I think staying focused and staying motivated and positive is definitely key, no matter how you look at it. Lifting people up is even better. It makes you feel good, helps you out. And sometimes you get those conflicts, but you laugh about them after the fact. You know, generally speaking, 2025 was stressful. It was up and down. I tried to do things that I didn't think I could ever do. What I did learn was quite a bit. And I took a different strategy to move forward into 2026. But I still run my business, but I'm pulling away from some of my web work, and I'm switching to more AI developments as well. I still do food and beverage. There is a lot going on there. That's about all I can tell you there. But generally speaking, I find it easier to be positive every day and basically motivating other people every day helps get through the day for me as well. You know, when I post these daily quotes from ChatGPT, it's all about learning and learning something new every day. So as long as you can do that, I think you can move forward. You can keep on living. When you stop learning, you stop living. That's really what it comes down to. And it doesn't matter how old I am. I'm still there to learn. Doesn't matter. I had some up and downs here the last month or so, but I had to learn from them. Mistakes are basically your encyclopedia. That's the best way I can put it. When you make mistakes, you make sure you don't do them a second time. But realistically, I've reached out to Martha. We've had a chat. I talk to Kenny on a weekly basis, David Pushkin on a weekly basis, probably 2 or 3 times a week for David. We just have fun. And all these people within the community is what keeps me going, what keeps me lifted. And quite honestly, I say it more often than not. It takes 0 energy to be kind. It takes more energy to be mean and hurtful. And if you can keep that and maintain that, then your mental health will eventually come around as well. I have my own challenges. I'm not ready to dispose them or otherwise, or expose them, I should say. But they're getting better. That's what I can say. Is 2025 has taught me a few tricks. So now 2026 is a whole new story. It's a whole new line, and that's the direction I'm going.
Well, Tom, you always share such wise advice, and it's just always a pleasure to hear you speak because you really copper stop because you really just you speak from the heart and you're very real, and that's what I appreciate about you because I think not enough people in this world they're focused on the wrong things, and when you really step back and look at what's important in life, you articulate it so well. I really appreciate you coming up and sharing all that. I know we've gone 20 minutes over the show, but I think it was beyond worth it. This has been one of the best shows that I think we've had in a long time. Thanks to all of you all that came up here and shared your experiences, your insights. I'm going to go and check in with Martha and Joel, see if they have any final thoughts and share anything else that they may have coming up before we wrap up. So Martha, over to you.
Yeah, let's go over with Joel. Since he didn't share, Joel, and then I'll go after Joel. Thank
Sounds
you
good.
so
Joel,
much, Tom,
over to
for
you.
joining us too. I'm gonna say something.
What do I have going on this week? That is a good question. Besides waking up and looking after my dog.
Wait, Joel, what's your like consistency and motivation? Any insights?
I think I did share that at the beginning when I
Oh gosh, I missed it. Okay, never mind. I don't
when I
remember.
I think I said that.
Look at
when I
Felipe.
mentioned-
Do you
when I
remember
mentioned-
that? I don't remember that.
when I mentioned about my exercise and movement.
We're putting you on the spot.
More the exercise and movement. That's what I was saying, Felipe, at the beginning. You don't remember that? Or am I mad?
All right, what do you have coming up, Joel?
Well, so to refresh Jay's memories before I actually say what I'm coming up, I took a more disciplined approach regarding consistency and to get myself moving, and that enabled me to have more protein without getting ill. So that's what I've currently taken on for this week and this year, rather, and trying to get into some sort of other shape than what I currently am in. As of this week, I hope I will be able to finish off my YouTube video, which will, if it is finished by then, it'll be going out Wednesday, and if it's not, it'll be next week. But hopefully it will be finished this week, and I will be back here next week.
Yep. And Joel will be in the States also in March. And so if you'd like to support him, please connect with him. There's a couple posts there for his trip, and you can learn a little bit more about what he's going to be doing in New York and New Jersey, I believe.
Yes, we're going to try and get down to New Jersey this time.
Awesome. Thank you, Joel.
Thank you.
Oh,
Martha?
Joel, thank you so much for always, of course, motivating us, and making us laugh. We love you. Tom, thank you for coming up on stage and sharing. You have not only been consistent, but you're also very motivating. And you've motivated me to post the videos that you guys see of the ocean. Tom said he liked it. And ever since then, you know what? I was like, maybe I should do it again. And then I'm like, okay. So, Tom, thank you, because you really did motivate me and inspire me and got me on this consistency of sharing videos. So that was like a really just amazing, and it's nice to go back and review those videos if I need to feel motivated again. So I want to thank you for that and for showing up today. I also want to thank everyone that's here that came on stage and that joined us in the comments. Thank you so much. I don't have anything coming up next week, but I will be consistent and posting. I posted my first YouTube, but I'm still, that's another thing that I'm still trying to work through. I can share on LinkedIn, which is very interesting, but I really struggle with Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. So it's something that I still have to work through. But so next week Teddy will be with me. You guys will get to see him. He's he's going to be at the place for a couple hours. So okay, I'll pass it back over to you, Felipe. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, he has to go through the stop. What's that, Tom?
If I may say something here really quick.
Sure.
Otherwise, I'm going to get another dozen text messages. Kenny wants to say hello to everybody.
Where is Kenny at?
He's at home, but he's
He
just
needs to
not
come
visible
up.
on screen.
He's so funny.
With the utmost love and respect, Kenny, get your butt up here yourself and say hello yourself, okay? Because you have not been up here in a while, and you know how to do it. So don't make Tom the messenger. You come up here yourself, young man. And yes, I called you young man.
Young.
Well,
How
I'm
many
glad.
messages?
Oh, dear Lord. Kenny. Okay, he was being consistent, I guess you can say that. And he's definitely motivated. Well, listen, as far as thank yous are concerned, thank you to Greg and Jay and Bill and Jolanta and Tom and Chris and everyone else that came up and all the people in the chat. Thank you to Sean. And Sean, no, you should not be having audio breakup issues after the hour. That should not be a thing. If you are, I'm hoping no one else has, but we'll see. Coach Carey, thank you for coming. Meryl, as always, thank you. Thank you to Kenny again. Thank you, Kenny, for coming. I want to make sure you hear me. I'm thanking Kenneth Dunner Jr. Jackie Hallberg, great to see you. Another person to follow, Sean and Melissa Houston, and we had a lot of people here today. So I just appreciate Leslie Flowers, this whole community. I appreciate you all. Thank you for keeping Social Saturday Chat live. As a reminder, follow us on our homepage on LinkedIn. Give us a follow and hit that little bell so you get notified of all the events. And check out our past episodes on your favorite podcast. As far as what I have coming up, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, I have Careers, Chaos, and Coaching with none other than Miss Melissa Houston. And we will be tackling the topic about leadership in 2026 and about how to lead a team. And yeah, we're going to tie it into the Super Bowl because coaches lead teams and there's a lot of crossover in how that happens. So we're going to talk about some of those things as you prepare to watch the Super Bowl, or maybe you're just watching the commercials, or maybe you're watching, I don't know, some other crappy TV. But whatever you watch. And I think Martha wants to say something.
Yeah.
Martha?
So the Super Bowl is about 45 minutes away from me.
Oh, good Lord.
Yep. And we are getting, people, a lot of people are coming from out of town to Monterey, but I'm very close. So I was thinking about taking a trip just to go see what's going on in San Jose. So we'll see how I feel later.
Do it live from outside the stadium. That would be hysterical.
Okay, that sounds like a good thing. I don't know. Is the game tonight? I haven't even been following up.
No, it's on Sunday, tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Maybe I will go and do a live. That's a good idea. Okay.
Or you can even do it beforehand because people will be tailgating. But it's tomorrow. It starts like at 6:30, I think. I might be wrong. But, right. It's later in the day. So.
Okay.
All right. Well, let us know in the comments if you are a Seahawks, if you're rooting for the Seahawks from Seattle, or if you're rooting for the New England Patriots, like Jay. But we also have Melissa Houston who lives in Seattle. So it's the two coasts are playing here. So join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. if you want to join us for some Careers, Chaos, and Coaching. And that is on my page. Also, if you are subscribed to my YouTube page, I would love if you would. It's a chance for me to share all the content I do in one place. So whether it's Careers, Chaos, and Coaching, the Workplace Wellness Hour, Social Saturday Chat, or my quarterly thing of Future Ready Voices, where I interview CEOs and managing partners. So that is something that I would love for you all to continue. I'm, I think, 3 away from 100 followers on YouTube. I'd love to hit 100. So any support, I appreciate. With that being said, we will be back here for another Social Saturday Chat next Saturday at same time, same channel, 12 noon Eastern. And we'd look forward to having you all join us. Thank you again to everyone who's in the chat, on stage. We appreciate you. You are the ones that make this show special. And we hope that you all found some new connections. And as always, as I tell myself, remember to be confident in what you know, be curious, be grateful for what you have, be compassionate to yourself and others, and be tenacious because you got this. Adios, everyone. Have a great Saturday and take care.
Apparently, Kenny's trying to talk.
Savor the flavors in the building.
Oh, wait, Kenny's here. Holy crap, he came up. All right, get ready for Kenny to give me crap. Go ahead, Kenny.
You're damn right. You said, come on up.
Bring it on.
You said, come on up. Well, I'm up. Okay. Hello. Hello. Y'all have a great weekend.
Oh, thanks,
And that's
Kenny.
what, and that's what he wanted Tom to say. say hello from me, and he did. So thank you, Kenny. We appreciate you. We miss you. We do like hearing your voice. You know, the texts are wonderful, but we don't hear the passion.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny is a very big tennis player. I'm sorry, a tennis fan. He likes golf better than tennis. I'm not sure why.
Oh, yeah, right.
But yeah, if you want to get Kenny riled up, just say something bad about tennis, and he'll just start going and spiraling, and it's very entertaining. It really is. But we don't have time for that today, so come back next Saturday where we'll try to poke and egg Kenny. What was that, Tom?
I say tennis is like racquetball outdoors.
Don't do that. No, don't do that. We'll finish next week.
My dog loves tennis balls. I mean, that's what I think is good for tennis is throwing the balls for the dog to catch. It's really great. Good exercise on the tennis court. Jumps over the thing and everything. It's really good. All right, I'm losing it here, y'all. Have a great weekend. Stay safe and happy Saturday, everyone. See you next week. Adios, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Have a great weekend.